It's okay if you want to throw stuff. Just don't throw it at your TV, and quite frankly, don't throw it at me because this game sucked and your Chiefs blew it. We're going to break it down right now. Welcome in, everybody. The Chiefs have gone down to 5-5 after losing at the last minute to the Denver Broncos in the game that was almost a reversal of last season when we won the game at the last second on a 35-yard kick. Your Chiefs did this to themselves, and we're going to tell you why tonight because we are on a schedule. There's a ton going on. I want to thank you for being with us. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with some of our super chats, so we are going to jump into them rather quickly as I break down and Dan breaks down the notes that we've taken. Number one takeaway for me, Dan, is even after Andy said it at halftime, you can't commit these damn penalties. You still committed these penalties. People are going to argue about when they were most important. In the end, it worked out 10-10. The Chiefs got like half the yardage penalized as the Broncos did. But situationally, they might have been a little bit more important. But overall, I'm not going to lay this at the refs. You shouldn't let it be this close. You shouldn't be throwing interceptions, Patrick Mahomes. You shouldn't be lining up in the backfield, Jawan Taylor. And you shouldn't be throwing the ball on 3rd and 1, Andy Reid. These are my complaints. These are the facts that I am presenting. And there is no arguing with them. But you go ahead. Good afternoon, Dan.
This makes no sense to me. In tight games, Andy Reid's been going for it more on 4th down. So reality says if it's 3rd and 3 and fewer, run the ball. I don't care. Run the ball. You run the ball and you go for it on 4th and short. That's what you do. That's what this needs to be. Andy Reid, not happening at all. I know everyone's going to put a ton of this on Andy Reid. I'm putting a lot of it. Play calling after the initial drive, the first 3 and out, I had some issues with. I actually liked the first drive. Except Patrick Mahomes can't throw the football down the field right now. Just can't do it. He actively is bad right now targeting receivers down the field. It's inaccurate. He overthrows everybody. He's doing what Bo Nix does right now. Bo Nix has pretty much overthrown just about everybody downfield except for the one time that he hit Troy Franklin to win the game with a little bit of a push off. And I don't care about that because Tyquan Thornton also pushed off a little bit on his catch down the field. It's fine. Yeah. Deal with it. You figure it out. But Andy Reid in this football game, multiple times they got to 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. They're still running the damn ball from shotgun. We got to stop this. This is time. It's time to change. It's time to change. Look around the league. Everybody who used to be throwing the football around the yard has gotten under center. They've brought more offensive linemen, brought a fullback on the field. I'm not advocating for a fullback necessarily, but under center. I know you are. The Broncos did not care about under center play action. They didn't care about anything because they knew that Andy Reid would not commit to it. They knew it. The Bills knew the Chiefs wouldn't commit to it. This is 2 games in a row. You come out of a bye and you can't adjust to a defense that does not respect your under center game because you refuse. The coaching hubris in this football game is at an all-time high for Andy Reid, and I honestly am tired of it.
I got to tell you, I am too. Kudos. There are some players that made some plays in here. We are going to get to them. There is a lot going on tonight, and unfortunately, Angler, you're the man, and I want to put you on screen. This is not your super chat, but I want to get you on screen because these next 3 super chats that I'm going to read you are from Angler. For some reason, they're not showing up in our dialogue box tonight. So I'm just going to read from this side of the screen or maybe this side of the screen. Is there anything worse than no pass rush? And I agree with you, but I will say this. I thought, particularly in the first quarter, but most of the first halves, they were getting pass rush. Yeah. I looked at the half. Chris had 4 pressures. Charles had 3. George had 3. Bolton had 2. Like, they were getting it done, and then it fell off. Whatever they decided to change to, this is the first time in quite a long time that I can say halftime adjustments on the defensive side did not work. That they actually got more opportunities to give up more points because of what they changed.
It's a weird situation to find yourself in. And in big-time moments, Steve Spagnuolo typically blitzes. I understand that Bo Nix has been fine, pretty good against the blitz. You're telling me you have no blitz pressure that can confuse him on 3rd and 15? 3rd and 15. You have nothing. You have absolutely nothing that you think that your 3-man pass rush can get to him. No.
Yeah,
All
it
it took
makes no
was
sense.
double Chris Jones. That's it. By the way, guys, if you watch the Chris Jones video, you understood this was going to happen because I told you that he's been playing good football. He was a menace in this football game. But obviously he can't win every single double team. So like you can't, and again, you pile all the responsibility for a 4-man pass rush on Chris Jones. It is piled onto his shoulders. And in big moments, all that the offensive line had to do was double team Chris Jones, and nobody else can win. Nobody else is no one's scared of George Karlaftis. Not one offensive line is scared of him beating you. They don't care. And they shove it in your face every single time you think you can win before man. It's inexcusable.
It is. And continuing to do the same thing is inexcusable. Now, Angler's second one is our D-line is ruining some great play by the secondary. And that was true in the first half as well. Although I will say, without that pressure, the secondary fell off in the second half as well.
Yep.
And as much as I appreciate Tony Romo calling out Jalen Watson, there were a couple of plays Watson should know the call and should know how to play. And I think reversed his leverage to the wrong way. There are plays left out there on the defensive side as well.
Absolutely. By the way, I don't know what happened in the bye week to say that Christian Fulton should be playing over Noah Williams, but it is inexcusable. This type of defensive change and shift when Noah Williams has been playing better than just about every other defensive back out there, not named Trent McDuffie, is a absolute travesty. A guy who has not played football comes in and is basically starting in your nickel package.
Yeah,
that is one of the worst decisions I have ever seen.
And I'm looking at it. He got 9 snaps. He was only targeted the once, but we saw what the results were. I don't know what's going on with Fulton. We will attempt to find that out for you this week, but we want to make
3
sure.
catches.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I maybe the stats are wrong for where I'm at. I'll have to go double check that. Last one from Angler. We appreciate you, Angler. Thank you for the support. Why is our special team so bad tonight? They lost the field possession game all game, despite Cochran's near block at the end. And I'll give Cochran credit. He made a tackle before that. That was pretty good. He made that play. So again, Jack Cochran's a decent special teams player. I like it when he raises his game. Just don't put him on defense for me, please, and I'll be happy. There's just no juice there. And what I thought Remigio might bring to this unit isn't there right now. When I feel that Thornton was just as good in the return game tonight as he was.
Nico Remigio looks unlike the football player that he was last year. He doesn't have twitch. He can't make guys miss. I don't know what's going on, but he does not have it. There's no juice there. Put Brashard Smith back there. Get him the football. If you need explosiveness, you need guys that can make other people miss. He can do that in space. Nico can't do it, and I like Tyquan Thornton, but he can't do it either. So there is a fundamental, in my opinion, misunderstanding of how they are utilizing some of these players. And I'm not a coach, but I can see that Christian Fulton shouldn't be out there. I can see that Nico Remigio does not look effective on kick returns or punt returns. I can see that for everything that goes wrong with the run game at times, you have to get the ball to Brashard Smith more and just feed Kareem Hunt more. These are things that we can see with our eyes that we have been telling you, maybe not so much the Remigio thing, but the run game, not playing Christian Fulton, playing your 3rd-round pick in Noah Williams. And we've seen this, and it's a weird thing to see after a bye week where this team not only comes out flat, they commit another double-digit penalty game out of a bye. What is going on with this football team mentally? Because I'll tell you right now, the Broncos did not outplay them. They didn't outplay them on the football field. The Chiefs just fell apart. And I would say they were outcoached in this football game too. I think Sean Payton did a pretty decent job of adjusting and making the Chiefs pay in the second half for those situations. And then the got to have moments when you take the lead and you come out, go 3 and out, go 3 and out. Those are the situations that we did not see last year for a team that I believe was worse than this football team.
Right. there was a situational awareness that didn't bounce drives. And everyone's like, Ryan, you're too stingy about it's about the plays, not about the drives. No, it's not, because drives produce the points. And you have to take it out to that level to understand the opportunities that you're wasting when you only get 8 or 9 drives in a game. There's always that stuff when you get turnovers and you get 10, 11 drives a game.
Yeah.
Okay, then you can be a little bit more whimsical with it. But otherwise, especially when you're playing more ball control, you have to make sure that your outcomes on every drive are getting you points, and it should be 7, not 3. Now, Black and Gold, you're the last one that didn't make it into our list, so we can put it on screen. So I appreciate you as well. It's simple. Andy has to adjust his philosophy and preparation habits. Opposing defenses know his habits more than ever. Stop fighting and adapt to it. I agree with you completely, Black and Gold, and thank you for making the comment and supporting us. I'm sorry we couldn't get you on screen tonight. We will do that here shortly, because that's it. That's what it comes down to. Preparation and game plan, as Daryl is about to ask, is what it comes down to. And this is everything that you have to know is, where are you now and where are you going? Well, here's where they're going, is they have to figure their crap out. They can't be comfortable being comfortable anymore. If you feel like, oh, I think we're good, we're going to get this done, then you're already out of it mentally. You have got to be ramming it down everyone's throats until you're up 3 scores. That's the bottom line. You have to make sure that you keep pushing, because the Chargers got demolished today. They're going to be hungry to come back and try to wipe you off the planet. The Broncos are going to be absolutely fired up to face you again, because they feel that they can knock you off even more so than they did today. So you have got to circle the wagons. You have 5 losses. Easily a playoff team, and if it wasn't for this loss, the Broncos could have still been in the AFC West hunt, but you're not now. You got to let that go, and you got to settle down on fixing the stuff that you can fix, and that means the play call, the game plan, and not making Mahomes do everything himself.
And that's the biggest thing. We've talked about how the great quarterbacks have always seemingly had something to lean on every now and then. Obviously, we know Patrick Mahomes has been able to do everything pretty much at all times. It's not always going to be enough. Last year, they couldn't do anything running the football again. And that is something that we start to see leak into this year. Because again, the defensive philosophy has shifted. Defenses don't want you to throw the football down the field. Now, the Chiefs came out and they threw the ball down the field because they knew that the Broncos were going to get on everything short. So they took advantage of it and got some guys open deep. They just didn't hit it. But what that did do is it adjusted. So then we saw the quick throws. We saw those start to hit. We saw the offense have a drive here and there where they mixed it up. They got the ball out quickly because the Broncos were afraid of you throwing the football down the field. So they did have that moment of adjustment. But after that, there's just been no execution. There's no consistency in how they run their offense. And if you have an identity crisis, basically the Chiefs have an identity crisis. We are only Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes has the inability to throw the ball down the field, if he's having trouble reading the defense here, or if he's having trouble getting the ball to his playmakers, or they're making drops. Rashee Rice had multiple drops in this football game. If they're not on the same page, and we don't want to run the ball because Andy Reid refuses to run the ball, you are in an identity crisis. And every team right now is going to say, run the ball. We don't want you to throw it. We don't care about stopping the run until you prove to us that you will effectively run the football. And we have to actually care about it. We will let you do whatever you want to. We will drop 8 in coverage every single play because we are not afraid of you running the football. And we have proof now coming out of a bye where you had time to study and time to go back to it and draw up something to run the ball. You still didn't do it.
And if they're not scared, they won't adjust. They don't have to. If you can't beat them by doing that, they don't have to prepare. And Perry, you're absolutely right. I don't get the game plan, 13 rushes and 45 passes. Now, a lot of those were RPOs where you call the run first and Patrick decides to go to the pass. Okay, fine. It is not Patrick-less in the equation here, is my point.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. And to Dan's point, understand there's a whole lot different than RPO, especially from a shotgun. So you have to be able to demonstrate that you can hurt them and you will hurt them with the run. Now, I'm getting a ton of calls here, Dan. It looks like I'm going to have to drop out a little bit earlier than we applied. So we're going to put our notes on hold. We'll come back to them tomorrow night. But we're going to finish all your super chats here. So let's get after it. Steven, appreciate you. I'm making the entire coaching staff walk home after this coaching job. They aren't allowed on the plane. And that's the hard part is you're too late in the season to make a major adjustment. You can't go hire somebody else. You're not going to be able to like make something new out of it. You have to make this work with this crew. And I think that's the thing is responsibility or authenticity to Andy Reid might be a problem. One thing I do with, and I know a lot of people want to fire Matt Nagy. I don't think it's the X's and O's of Matt Nagy that is the problem. I think the thing that Matt Nagy doesn't do is fight back. I think Matt Nagy is not Eric Bieniemy in his confidence and his ability to be a counterpoint to Andy. And so that's why I think in the end, well, I understand everybody's frustration. They want to call for somebody's job. I don't think that that's the answer. It's somebody's got to stand up to Andy when he forgets to call runs. When he himself is saying, "Hey, we got to run more at halftime," and yet you don't. Like that's classic getting down your rabbit hole and not having someone pull you back out to reality. And I do think that is, as he gets older, the offensive staff's job more and more is to pull Andy out of his own rabbit hole.
It feels like everyone on this coaching staff is a yes man. And I understand, like, they've won Super Bowls, but we do have to start looking at that in the mirror and saying, who does Andy Reid get fired up on the sideline sometimes? Nobody is really fired up on the sidelines. Every time they're over there, they're just looking around. At some point when you're in a situation like this, you have to have a little bit of fire. I just don't see a lot of that from the coaching staff.
Yeah, I'm with you. Punisher, I'll give you this, and thanks for becoming a member. We appreciate you. The fact is that you have the skill players to get something done if you can get out of your own way. This is a mental more than a physical execution issue in my mind. As you've said, Dan, when they run under center, they're able to run. Even running out of shotgun, they're still effective. Yeah. The lead back ends up with 4.5 yards a carry. That should get you a win on any other offense. That is enough. So it's there. It's about fine-tuning and not giving the damn ball away. That's what it comes down to for me.
That interception just is so frustrating to me. He has the touchdown. He has a touchdown, and he just threw it to the defender. Like, you can't do that.
There's no reason. Take the L. Run out of bounds. It's not the end of the world. For the love of God, you'll get 3 out of it at the very least, or maybe you go for 4 and you actually get it. I don't know. We'll see. Jacob, thank you. Appreciate you very much. Beyond disappointed in this loss. Again, lack of the run game and the horrible play calling by Reid and Nagy. Played undisciplined too much of this time, and he's pissed, and I don't blame you. And for me, it comes back, the one that bites me the most is still Juwan. Over and over and over, 6-year veteran, can't line up in the damn backfield anymore. That is your job, Juwan Taylor. There is no excuse. So, Jacob, thank you. We appreciate you, and you're absolutely right. I don't know. Here's the bottom line. You can find him. You can push him. You can embarrass him in front of his teammates. At the end of the day, he knows he's out of here after this season. He couldn't give a shit. That's the problem.
So it feels like he needs to be benched at this point, guys. I know it was 1 penalty and he got called for a hold later, but the simple fact of the matter, it's doing it. It's all over again. He's still doing it, even though he said he's got to address it. Matt Nagy said he's working on it. He had that like month where he didn't do it, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it, guys, because I don't care."
Battery, thank you. Appreciate you. Tell me this is a play calling issue and not the Mahomes is checking out of some runs and moving off of wide receivers who aren't making plays. Checking out of some runs is true. I won't call it really checking out because that would mean that it was an actual play call that you audible out of instead of an RPO, which is meant to be a two-way go. But you're right. He did make some choices. Moving off of receivers who aren't making plays, I wouldn't necessarily say that because he kept feeding Rasheed, and I don't know what the hell was wrong with Rasheed's hands tonight. 3 drops by my count. I'm going to put 3 on him. I don't know if you agree, but that's what I see.
It's what you should put on him because he needs the weird thing about Rashee Rice is that's what he did well in college. Like he had those hands to be able to go up and make the plays, and it feels like not doing it enough and not asking him to do that enough and be this guy over the middle of the field, which he's good at, has taken away the practice of being that player. So that's a weird thing. And I mean, when Mahomes makes a check, remember that we've heard this before, you get 2 plays. I mean, you know, after watching this football game, that because Tony Romo tells you 12 different times, oh, you can't get to the second play here. There's not enough time on the play clock. You have to go up there and run the first one. I don't know how many times he had to say that, but you do typically have two plays, right? If Mahomes goes up and says kill, you go to the second play, or if he checks into the RPO, he just doesn't hand it off. Multiple times he didn't hand it off today. Multiple times he just decided to throw the football, and that's on Mahomes. That's on Patrick making that decision, not handing the football off.
And there's no way around that. And that's got to come down to him biting that bullet as well. Yep. Everybody give Frankie a hand, FLDB. Appreciate you. I can't say enough about what you do around here. I'm very thankful to have you. Everybody give him a hand in the chat if you would. Perry, thank you. And thanks for being a member. Since 20, we've had 21 L's, 17 of them where the running back was under 20 carries. That is good research, and I appreciate you. I remember back in those days, when I started crying about not running the ball enough and people told me I was old and I didn't understand the modern football game. And guess what? Here's where we are 6 years later. Is it's still a problem. And this is not just the Chiefs. This is the league going back towards the run. This is Andy not keeping up with what the league is doing right now because they're able to take it away. Right? It's just strange to say. And it's tough. And Perry, thank you for those numbers. I appreciate you because it just makes the argument that much easier.
Oh, we have actually another one right on the heels of that from Jacob here, where the Chiefs have an 80% loss rate when they don't run the ball at least 20 times in a game. So you guys are both along the same lines there. I will say it's probably more not necessarily correlation in terms of causation, but it is an interesting dynamic when you think about it. So thank you very much for the super chat, Jacob.
Yeah, appreciate you. Ken, is Vance the new Spags? No, he's very good though, and I got to tell you, he was good before as well. He is a very good defensive coordinator. I think he got a bad rep being a head coach. He's another guy that is a coordinator, and he's not meant to be a head coach. He needs to call a defense like he did tonight and make adjustments. He was great in Arizona. I think he's done his job, and I think I wouldn't call him the new Spags because I don't think he's as crazy. He's much more conservative and consistent in my mind than he is about, hey, I'm going to go do this because I can get him week to week.
Like Jawan Taylor just missed the blitz. Like he just missed it. It wasn't like Vance did this crazy thing where he got them. It was just Jawan Taylor saying, oh, that's who I'm supposed to pick up, but that's not who I'm going to get. And Vance has done a very good. I'm here to tell you the Chiefs pretty much had whatever they want to in this game. They pretty much had whatever they wanted to. And it's not because Vance's defense was great like it has been in the past. I think that they were much better last year against the Chiefs than they were in this football game. If Patrick hits Xavier Worthy, that's a touchdown in the very first play of the damn game. And it's like, oh shit, what do we do now? But they didn't. They didn't hit the things that were there. It wasn't because the defense was so great. They made some good plays. They had some good blitz calls. Obviously you have Nick Bonito. That's another thing too. Vance Joseph has two edge rushers that can get after the quarterback. And I thought the Chiefs did a nice job of mitigating that in the first half. He pretty much was non-existent. They picked up they didn't let them rush the passer. They dropped back. They threw the ball down the field. Then they went ahead and threw the ball short. Like they did a nice job adjusting there. So frustrating.
It is frustrating. We have a Gooch sighting, folks. For those of you who've been here for a long time, Brian Gooch is our longest time elite member, and I appreciate you, Gooch. Nice to see you.
Thank you, man.
I watched the press conferences. Why is no one asking anyone tough questions? And that's a very good point. And I know that Matt is sensitive to that. We did Locked On Chiefs first, and I have another Locked On show I have to go to tonight. That's why we're in a bit of a rush. There's all kinds of stuff happening. But Matt was like, this has to be answered eventually. And I think, honestly, the way Chiefs PR works, you guys have heard me talk about this before. They don't want us in the room because holy hell, I might actually ask them that. And I think that's part of it is they don't want the hard questions asked. And they've made certain rules that I think make that prohibitive. So that's part of it. Where's the run? Where's Knoll? Where's Fulton? Fulton's in witness protection again. At least he should be after this ball. By my count, and I was trying to check all the stats by snap counts, but PFF went to their whatever. I had the first three quarters, and Noah Williams had not played defense yet. I can't tell you if he got some snaps in the fourth. I'm not certain, but I didn't see any to that point. Connor in coverage. You saw what Connor is great at tonight is coming downhill, playing from the box, attacking the screens, attacking the run, blitzing. It's like, holy hell, we've been telling you how to use them for the last 2 years. I don't know why it isn't under it. You knock it out with your last one, Gooch. Where is the urgency? I don't know.
So I understand. I appreciate you asking, why is Connor in coverage? Honestly, this was one of the good changes. We saw CRW in the slot today. And you want to know what? He should have had a pick.
Yes.
Obviously he gave up a pass, but he should have had another pass breakup earlier. He nearly got his hand in there on one of those passes to Pat Bryant, but he played well in this football game. I legitimately think that he was fantastic for the most part when he was out there. But this is the thing we've talked about. Jamari Connor can't play nickel. He can't play nickel. And guess what? It's like the light bulb went on. Oh, we can't put him in nickel. We can't do it. So the fact that, Noel wasn't out there boggles my damn mind, man. Just boggles my mind.
I agree. But I will say this to anybody on the staff, Spags, anybody, you want to chat? You want an outside opinion? I'm happy to give you everything that we have from all the film that we've watched, because we watch it just like you do every damn week. And we are happy to help. Somebody reach out to me. If you're on that staff, if you're one of the interns and you want something, you know how to get a hold of me. It's in this channel. Gooch, I appreciate you. Rev, don't worry, buddy. I'm just slow as hell because we keep getting fired up about all these answers. You're in my list. I'm getting to you, pal. We are coming. In fact, I have to speed up, Dan, so we're going to
I know. Yeah.
Dirty 4 years. Appreciate you, buddy. I know that you have. I think there was a credit card mishap. How bad are we? It's not that they're bad. They're underachieving. They're the bad news bears right now, is they have talent. They're not using it. If they get themselves sorted, they can, and I think will make the playoffs, and I think they will make a playoff run. They just got to get out of their own damn way.
We'll find out. Again, the information I have right now is that they won't. If that information changes, my opinion will also change, okay?
I'm down. The bill is past due for the dynasty. Kicking the can down the road won't work anymore. They have no change or fire, and I'm tired of the staleness. Zach, you put it very nicely, and that is the problem. The vets here, even though some of them have moved on, it's still not enough to get enough impact out of the young guys consistently. Been very good draft classes and guys that are contributing a lot, just not guys that are raising the level on the field a lot yet. And that's coming along. The Fab Five is about to break up too. So we got to remember that. We're not going to have all five of those guys any longer. So that's on the horizon. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Steven. Again, trade for Noddy, waste money on Fulton, Mitchell, and Tillery, masterclass by Veach. Yes, some of these were miscalculations. I agree.
I still find it so funny that the first thing that Mitchell does when he comes and plays for the Chiefs is get a penalty. The very first thing that he does is commit a penalty. But you have trust in him to play. Okay, you tell me more, Andy Reid.
Yeah, why? I mean, how many touches did Bashard get tonight?
2
I'm
or
going to
3.
look it up, and I'm actually going to share this with everybody because I can. We'll look at this together. I know you guys can't see it very well, but I'm going to point it out.
Maybe 3.
Smith, 3 targets, 2 touches. I believe they were both screens, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
0 rushes.
None.
0. That is the problem in a nutshell right there. So that's the question. But, Steven, to your point, got to make better decisions. I believe this was a cash-strapped season for them, especially in the free agent market like all these guys are. And I think that they just made some unplausible assumptions, shall I say, that you were going to get something.
They should just bring Brian Daboll in to be an offensive analyst. Please.
Hey, I'm down. Daboll will talk to Andy. I guarantee you.
I know he will. That's why he got fired.
Oh, I am so here for that. Yes. Let's stir it up a little bit. I will never forget, and you guys probably know the story, the time I had with Brian Daboll on the streets of Mobile, Alabama. He was gracious, but he was an ass just the same, and it was fun. And I appreciate you for it, Coach. Jordan, thank you very much. Appreciate the 20 here.
Thank you, Jordan.
Everything that we've been complaining about for the last few years and have skated around is all showing up and past due writ. We have failures on all 3 levels of the front office, coaching, and accountability from the players. Yes, it is as you say. And the only caveat that I will throw it in is we are in year 7 of a dynastic run.
Yeah.
And even the Patriots had some down years. I'm just going to put it that way. Sustaining it is difficult. And I think what you saw the Patriots go to this was where they started trading away veterans. We've seen Tyreek, yes, but it's been very limited otherwise on the return aspect, right? That might start changing.
We'll see. Maybe.
Could be. Jordan, thank you. Appreciate you. Gooch, another one. Their problem is that they think, hold on to this for the playoffs. Newsflash, it won't be the playoffs playing like this. You're absolutely right. And I wonder if there is regret in doing nothing at the deadline. I agree. I'm sure there's regret. I do know that they made tries, but they drew lines in the sand that I think maybe they should have not drawn to get something done in that case. So I don't know. Do you have other thoughts?
The only thing that I would have said was try to get Jalen Phillips. That is literally the only thing. People are going to be mad about not trading for Breece Hall. You know what? It doesn't matter. If you don't give him 20 touches a game, it doesn't matter. So if you go ahead and you trade a third-round pick for a guy who's only going to get 10, 9 carries in a game, it's an ineffective way anyway. So it doesn't matter.
I agree. Gooch also said, hi, Dan.
Hi, Gooch. What's going on, man?
I'm jumping down to Rev. Appreciate you for waiting. Thank you. I'm a diehard Chiefs fan from the Bill Kenny days. Dang. Am I wrong? I want the Chiefs to miss the playoffs. Wow, that's a statement, and that's hard to get to. We have to make changes, and we've been sitting on our laurels for the past few years. That is sometimes the medicine that it needs. I'm not there yet with you, but I understand why you are. Quite frankly, I think there is something to, should they miss a playoff run or should they have an early exit from a playoff run? The volume of rest and weight off of their shoulders, Mahomes in particular, I think will be valuable if that's the way it works out.
Sometimes, again, you need a kick. You need a kick in the ass. And if you skate by and make it to a Super Bowl on a team that probably shouldn't have, you think you're all fine. And you don't have to do so much at running back or defensive tackle or safety or linebacker. And you don't have to do a ton in changing your offensive philosophy. You don't have to do any of those things. But if you get better offensively, which I think the Chiefs, I think they've gotten better offensively. I still think they're a better offensive football team than the last 2 or 3 seasons in terms of the talent that they have and the execution that they should have. However, we are seeing that not play out.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I am under the gun, so we're going to speed through these. Thank you, Rev. Thanks for the patience. Nice to see you, Trep. I just don't get it. Hey, it makes 3 of us. The play calling, the absolute refusal to run the ball is so frustrating. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for saying this out loud. So I'm not the only one. I wish I had an answer for people, but I don't know that it's changing anytime soon, bud. Dan, please rant for me. I'm furious. Alex has been a member for 39 months, over 3 years. You think you can pull off a rant for us this week?
Yeah, I think we can get that done. I won't do it now, obviously, Alex. I mean, you might have been wanting it right now, but Ryan is literally up against the time constraints. So we're going to try and speed through.
Yeah. But I pretty much knew Dan was going to do one this week anyway. But yes, just for you, Alex. Daryl, is it Andy or is it Mahomes? Take the option away, and that's fair. Like, you got to leave it in his hands. But you saw what he had when he had time. Those deep shots are worth doing. You use the run to set that up. Just call the damn runs. Put him under center and take the RPO out of it for a bit until you get forced to it. I will say this. When they did feel they needed to go to it, he and Trav were on an old level again until Hufanga almost jumped that pass. But it was working. And that's what you have to do. When you're forced to it, great. Don't do it voluntarily. Grind it out. Hurt somebody. Stop trying to play football like it ain't football. Send somebody home on a stretcher. I'm fine with that. Let's go. Now I feel old. Now I'm talking old, Dan. Shite.
That's okay.
Dub Freak, thank you. And for always being here and being a member. We played bad. I wish we didn't perform like we should have. I wish we had performed like we should have. Well, we could have won this game easily. But maybe we need this rebuild year, quote unquote. Picking mid-round would be new for us. However, how about them Chiefs? Hope you are both well. How about those Chiefs
Thank you.
It's almost a saying that needs to be retired at this point.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because it's like, yeah. How about this shit? You know, how about you retool this? New paint job, something for the love of God.
Just give us something, please.
Yeah.
You got to spruce it up around there.
I hope so. Thank you, Dub Free. Good to see you. Faithful, terrible decisions this season. Blame Veach or who? Dan, where's it live for you right now?
There's no one blame. You've got some on Veach, you've got some on Andy Reid. Like those are the two guys that I'm putting the majority of the blame on for. I mean, what's going on? And Veach made some calculations that didn't work out. Obviously, you spent money on Jalen Moore, which I think has given you enough right now. He's played in multiple games for you. But Christian Fulton has been a swing and a miss. Yeah. Emphatically swing and a miss. Jerry Tillery, swing and a miss. Pretty much a bad football player, as I expected coming in. So, but right now, I'm giving a lot more on Andy Reid because we look around the league. We see the changes that the forefront of offensive football is Sean McVay. He retools his offense every time a defense changes schematically around the NFL. He retools it and he adapts it to what's working. Andy Reid refuses to do this. And this is why we are seeing what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I'm frustrated. It's kind of crazy. But it's not going to get me. Where's the jet sweep? They tried a pop pass tonight. It didn't work very well. And I don't know, as you guys heard in the pregame, I thought this was a prime game for Xavier to be the focal point and to really push that defense. Because Funko will jump routes. Moss will jump routes. You saw him that he had to get super physical, right? Because X would just blow past him. Yet they tried it once and then they went away from him. And that's what is inexcusable in my mind, because I think he's the guy that probably had the best chance to alter what they were able to do, in my opinion.
I just, again, I think that they would have hit that deep shot on the first play that probably goes a bit differently.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I love Andy. Thank you, Eric. But the stubbornness and not to evolve and accept that sometimes we need to run the ball is the downfall of this offense. And it is. And it was the downfall of the offense in Philly. There were absolute ton of personnel issues there as well, but that was part of the problem there as well. And so old dog, new tricks and all that, but you got to, because it's adapt or die at this point. And you can't burn any more years of the Mahomes era is my personal opinion.
Yeah,
thank you, Eric.
It feels like it. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
It's almost like they want to lose. Do you think that could be true?
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
I know it feels that way, but I don't think that's true.
Okay. I wanted to check because it didn't to me, but I wasn't sure. As of right now, we are going for a top 15 pick. God, that hurts. Right now.
I mean, they are a 500 football team.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. And it's coming up quick. You got a third of the season left.
Yep.
Pull your heads out. Let's get after it. Knicks fan, good to see you. Thanks, buddy. This is a good point. Hey, Tim, nice to see you. He just disappeared for a month is also a reason for this. It is. It definitely is strange. But he also walked back in and played just fine. I know he gave up a penalty and he got beat once or twice. But yeah, I don't know. I understand less and less about the Simmons situation as we go forward. Even
I don't have any issues. Yeah, I got no problems with what's going on with that. He came in, played just fine. I got no problem.
Yeah, I agree. 10th pick in the NFL draft, the Chiefs select Dante Corleone from DC, DT from Cincy. Rev, is that what you really want, Dan? Have you seen him?
Rev. I like Dante Corleone. Okay, I like him. 10th pick? No, that's absurd, my guy. I appreciate the 5, but come on, that is an absolute waste of a top 10 pick for the first time that you had that since you drafted Patrick Mahomes. That is, oh boy.
If there's not an edge there, then you got to trade down, in my opinion, because from what I've seen of this DT class, I don't see anybody that's dominant. And remember, Chris Jones was the 2nd round pick. So, correct. I mean, that's what we got to recall as well. So thank you, Rev, though. And I will go watch him now that I know. Does Kelsey go after this season? Lily, thank you. We appreciate you. That's the magic question, because there's nights tonight where he looks good and there's nights where he looks just not able to compete any longer. And I've been leaning towards, yes, he goes after this season. But something in my gut just tells me maybe not. I don't know.
I would say the way this season is going, he's not going to retire. One, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good now. And again, if they have a really disappointing football season, I think he will be hard pressed to not come back.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. Lily, thank you and hope you're doing well. I see it's pounds, so cheers to you. It's late over there, so appreciate it. Yasmin, thank you. So I will be witnessing the Colts game next week. I hope so. Boos are on the table. Yes, feel free. That is your prerogative as a paying member of this fan base. You feel it, you do it. Sure, the staff has many accomplishments with the team, but it can't be an excuse forever. Changes must come this offseason. I agree with you. And I do think that, again, they lost this game. The Broncos didn't put this on them to the point that they beat them. The Chiefs beat themselves yet again. And I don't know that it can continue. I hope that there's spine in there. I hope there's some pride that comes to play, because if you let the Colts beat you, I'm going to start talking about where the last seed is on this boat.
If the Chiefs come out and drop next week's game, we are going to have some seriously hard conversations about the actual fight for this football team, because they keep saying every single week, yeah, we know this is win or go home. Like every week is we gotta, we have to win out. Basically, you don't play like it. Like they don't play like it. I don't see a team that's having fun. I don't see a team that's fighting as hard as everybody else and really adapting the way that they play to not just their offense, their pieces, but to this day's football. So you can slam your head against the wall as much as you want to, but you're not showing the fans and the people who support the football team that it doesn't feel like they actively are treating football games the way they say that they are.
Yeah, that's the problem. The product doesn't match the plan, at least the plan that we hear about. That's my big thing. Frog, thank you for this. Appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up. We would very much appreciate that. And from Cody, I'm furious about this team from ownership on down. And it is systemic. Everything flows downhill, and then the expectations are set at the top. So I hear where you're coming from. So let's hope that there's some of this coming down. We're going to wrap up with Logan as soon as I'm done with Daryl. Well, Andy got ran off the field because he couldn't change. Hope that ain't the case. And that's true. That's what happened in Philly. They were just tired of it. And that's why Jeff Lurie got to the point. I don't think Clark's anywhere close to that. But it's a similar road that we're seeing unfold before us right here, folks. Take a look at history and you will recognize that this is not new. So something's got to be done. And I hate to say it, Eric Bieniemy might be the answer. Somebody's got to come back in and just be an ass and a counterpoint to Andy Reid.
That's Brian Daboll. I think Eric Bieniemy's time is done as a Chiefs person. I think that they need somebody that's just not the same people we've seen forever. And you need to shake things up that way. I don't necessarily think that I don't think Andy Reid needs to be fired, guys. I don't. Yeah. Again, we're seeing a Chiefs team come off of 3 straight Super Bowl appearances, so let's look at it from a wider lens. But I think that the stagnation is that there's no new ideas. There's no new anything. It's the same things that we've seen for years, and it's being recycled because he keeps bringing back the same people.
Yeah, and he needs to. He can't do it all himself at this point in his career. So we're going to end with Logan. I have got to get out the door because they're waiting on me at this point. Is the team building and coaching, is it time to retool and look in the mirror? Cheers, guys. Good to see you guys. Just thought, I wish it were under better circumstances. Logan, yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And retooling is something that has to happen. I don't necessarily mean the players either. I do think there are changes that need to be made so that you don't put yourself in this position of being a 500 ball club when you should honestly be leading the AFC.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a frustrating place to be in. It happens to a lot of good teams, and again, many dynasties don't last as long as you want them to. Most of them get blown up before they even start. So There's always perspective to it, and everyone's really frustrated and mad right now with what's going on, and rightly so. You're all allowed to be frustrated. You support this football team, and right now they're putting a product on the field that does not reflect what we have seen or the standard that they say that they want to uphold. So just I understand the frustration, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
That's it for us, folks. Thanks for being with us. Very much appreciate you guys. And we will have live Q&A. We'll break it down more tomorrow. I very much promise you that. Dan, thanks for your time and your patience with me. I'm going to skip. So I will connect with you tomorrow, as well as all of you. Have a great night. Don't take it too hard, and we'll sort it out tomorrow. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.